who is attending the 78th Independence Day celebrations of India. First of all, I would like to say that this particular school has been situated in a very fantastic area where it is covered by very greenish environments. As you see that mild, the wind is blowing and taking the heat away from us. It is unique opportunity. I would like to appreciate and thanks the management of this particular school who have fantastically constructed the school in this area for the advantages of the students in and around the Kanyakumari district. I thank the Vice Chairman, Dr. Armachalam, Dean, Asaripannam Medical College, retired, and Mr. Dr. Shanmugha Kumar, who has retired from Defense Research and Development Organization, Bangalore, and Dr. Miller, who was extending the full support for the development of the school, and about 850 students are studying in this institution, which has an area about 6 acres and a building area of 1 lakh square feet. And it's a wonderful state of the art building where so many facilities, such as a robot lab, a computer lab, and friends with the natural friendship with the flora and fauna, and disaster management club, like so on. So this is very pakka, it is for the constructed, very pakka, and the students definitely will come up when they drop out of the school. I have to congratulate this management. And the students are going to be the pillars of the next generation of the next coming of years. And I congratulate the students and my compliments to the students who have taken part in this particular event, the Independence Day. You know, this freedom of India, how it has come. That is a sacrifice of so many leaders and people who have died to get the freedom for about 200 years. When this British landed in India in 1765, and we got the freedom in 1947 on August 15th. See, when the freedom for India was cut off, there were two opinions. Some people were telling that freedom should not be given to India. Some people were telling that freedom must be given to India. There is a true opinion in British itself. Winston Churchill, he was against India. But the Prime Minister Attlee, who was the Prime Minister of then British, he was so interested to give freedom to government of India, India, Pakistan and some other countries in that time. So it was decided to give freedom to India, but when to give, it was in the month of August and September 1947. So to commemorate the particular day, at what date the independence should be given to India. Then, that time the Mountbatten Prabhu, he was taken charge of the India. He decided to commemorate the day Japan surrendered to the friendly countries. That was in 1945 on August 15. So to commemorate the particular day, August 15th was decided to give freedom to India. But August 15th, again there were two opinions from the astrologers as well as the leaders from India. Then Mountbatten Prabhu decided, these countries like that, what to decide. So August 15th, midnight 12 only the change comes. So we decide whether to be on 12, midnight 12, the freedom to government of to India was finalized. Like that only we got the freedom to India. See how the freedom was obtained. See, 1806 the Vellore agitation started. Then 1857 Shipway agitation. Then 19, it was Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Then 1930, Uppu Satyagraha. 1946, Vellayane Veliyar. Do or die, like that in 1946. 1942. Then 1946, there's a couple preachings along. In 1946, through these various agitation only we could get the freedom to India. Who has gained that? Our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi through Ahimsa. His principle was Ahimsa. That was followed by so many countries, even including Nelson Mandela from South Africa, Winston Churchill, like that. And then after getting the freedom, how to govern the country, then our first Prime Minister of India, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru. So from the day we get freedom, how to develop our country? We were zero. All our property were looted by British. Now also some information on coming that jewels, tons of gold and jewelries were into British treasury. So like that, all the properties are looted by British. So from zero, education institutions, dams, then for drinking water, so many countries, then industrial revolution came, then agricultural revolution came, and like that only our India, the last 60 years, so for the last 60, then road infrastructure, all these things were developed over the years. And now we are in the developing country. We are the developing country. Okay, developing country is a fast growing economy among the world. And also we are the hub of information technology. We are only developing information technologists and sending all over the world, all you may be knowing. And we are also good in movies, music, and spiritual matters, and for teaching people all over the world. Okay, so see, take our country is a very wide country. It's a very wide. Our country is very that about an area about 32 lakhs and 87 square kilometer area, and the length from south to north is about something about 3,200 kilometers, and from west to east is about 2,933 kilometers, with a population of nearly 1,142 crores, and the population density of about 142 people per square kilometer, and we have about 447 languages. So in this country we follow unity in diversity. It is the uniqueness of our country. Dear students, you are studying, and see, you are in the life cycle, that if you talk about the life cycle, human life cycle, there are the 6 phases. That was fetus, when you are in the mother's womb. And second one is infant, then child, then adolescence, then adultery, and then age. Okay, the students here are in the adolescence and in the childhood. See, this is the time that your body as well as knowledge will improve. To improve your body, body, all body. அதே மாதிரி நம்ம உடலோடு சேர்ந்து அறிவும் வளர வேண்டும். உடல் எவ்வாறு வளர்கிறது? By our parents and family. உங்களுடைய அறிவை வளர்ப்பதற்கு நாளுக்கு நாள் how to improve your knowledge, that you are come to the school, your teachers, okay, next to the God, your teachers or guru, they are taking care of your knowledge, how you are getting knowledge, what is the various ways to update your knowledge. All along the way, when you walk along the street, you see so many advertisements about various products introduced by the company. When you observe that, you get some information about that. By learning books, very important, learning, and then hearing, and going through various trainings and all that, you get knowledge. You are updating your knowledge. Okay, this is very important. How to improve your knowledge? By reading. Reading is very, very important. How reading now this is the time that once the internet comes, people are adhering to the internet. Internet is highly monotonous. The Wikipedia is there, and a lot of information in the handheld our cell phone. All the information is in our hand. But going through and browsing through the internet, it will become highly monotonous in one time. But books are friends. Books are friends. Always you can read books and make it as a friends. See, when you're reading books, then you have to fix up a time. How to read books. One page, you read one page of information, how much time in a particular day. The next day you read, how much time is reduced. And by reading the books, how you grasp the information from that particular page. You fix up the time today, and next day you observe. In a particular page you write. Today I have taken 2 minutes to read a book, to read a particular page, and how much information you grasp from that. Next day you read how much time you have taken, and how fast you grasp the information from that. Like that, you improve your reading capability. That is very, very important. Okay, from today onwards, the reading is observing, like breathing. Breathing in, that takes about information and knowledge from the book. Breathing out is the writing. Breathing out means it is writing. For examination, you are reading, that means breathing in. When you write the examination, breathing out, that means writing. That is the importance of reading. Okay, then coming out, I have come from the space technology area. Okay, if I tell about the space area, why space? People need to know why space and why space results, what is the outcome of space, what are the various space applications. See, you have to study fundamentally. You people must, with fundamental understanding of each and every concept. For example, I will tell you one thing. Some people used to come for training to our department. I was the manager for training. One day, one fellow was asking, he is about to complete his BA degree. Sir, வீட்டில் ரூம் வந்து 10க்கு 10 சொல்கிறாங்களா, அது என்ன சார்? 10க்கு 10 I became upset. 10க்கு நாங்கள் வந்து 10 feet by 10 feet பார்க்கணும். ஓ அப்படியே சார், அவனுமே கேட்கல. But I know that he did not understand 10 feet by 10 feet என்னன்னு தெரியல. அப்போ நான் உடனே கேட்டேன், 1 feet எவ்வளவு சென்டிமீட்டர் அப்படின்னு கேட்டாச்சுன்னா அது தெரியல. அப்போ எவ்வளோ நாளாக நீ வந்து கேரிங் த 1 feet scale in your hand. From that standard or sometimes to the standard, you may be carrying the 1 feet scale from his hand. அப்போ கேட்டேன், அந்த ஸ்கேலில் ஒரு சைடு என்னப்பா இருக்கு? அது சென்டிமீட்டர் சார். அடுத்த பக்கம் தெரியாது. So this is what the awareness. See, we have in the school, we must understand, teach the people to know the fundamentals. First of all, we must know about us. What is our body? What are the various organs of our body? What happens to our organs body if we do something differently? It must start from our body, and then the environment. For example, in our house, we have a lot of instruments. See, for some equipments, for example, our fridge. You see how the fridge is working. No student will tell. I will tell you. So mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics people are coming for training to our department. I simply assess the students by asking simple questions. How the fridge works, how the AC works. Suppose somebody press the switch, the light glows, or the fan is running, how it happens? What is behind that? They must tell, but they are unable to tell. So why are they wrong? Where is the wrong? That is in the educational institution, I must say. So from the beginning onwards, students must be taught from the fundamentals. Whether they have understood the fundamentals rightly, then only they can take up the future. Then when they go for the higher study, they can compete. When they go for the job, to face the job market, they could compete. So the school and the colleges or the institution, they must shape the students to take up their future. So for example, I will tell one thing. One student, he has completed his +2 examination. After that, he wanted to join in computer science and technology in a college. He got admission. That particular college also assured that we will give computer science in the second year. He joined in that. When the second year came, he was denied to give computer science. He immediately came out of the college and he was roaming here and there. He is a very excellent student in computer science. He did not go to any college. By the time, it was 1999, I have completed my M.Tech in aerospace engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Chennai. And by the time, there are very much scope for this Java, for programming and all. People are leaving the organization and going for Java, USA. And I thought a temptation, very good, we also completed the course and go for foreign. I got in an institute, small institute in Nagarkoil, a small computer institute. There, I saw the particular student. He is more than the lecturer who is teaching. I was nearby. Once he completed HTML, he was doing very fast. Then once the course is over, I used to ask the student, how is this? And he will explain very nicely. And I became friend of him. I used to go to his house and he used to come to my house. Like that, we became very big friends. Then what I do is, I took that fellow to my office. I made all my job computerized. A fantastic way, he has made all my job computerized. my personal works as well as official works in computerized. In the meantime, there was a design came to me. You may be knowing that cryogenics. Cryogenics means it's a very low temperature process below minus 150 degrees centigrade. Below minus 150 degrees centigrade only, in the atmosphere, oxygen as well as hydrogen will become in the liquid condition. For that, one heat exchanger. Heat exchanger is a device that will bring down the temperature to cryogenic condition. That means hydrogen gas to be cooled to minus 200 degrees centigrade. Minus 200 degrees centigrade cooled. For that heat exchanger has been designed. So I engaged that fellow for developing the program. I used to tell the concept, we will write the program. By that, 3,000 lines we have wrote down the particular program. Finally, very nice program has come. That same thing I have put up in our department committee. Committee has accepted and appreciated me also, the 3,000 lines. But they did not believe whether this will work or not. Then we went to Russia. We put a tender and we got the quotation. They quoted about, students, please be silent. Are you interested? You are talking on our own. Then my way of passing the message will be no use. Please be concentrated on this. Okay. So that is the thing that how you are respecting this. Okay. So the manners has to come from the school onwards. Okay. One day you also may be the chief guest after some events. After you going up. Okay. Say after some years, where you may be, we don't know. You may be the chairman of a particular company. You may be a chief scientist of a department, like that. So the dropout of the school definitely will come be a big person in the future. So wherever some informations are given, you must really grasp it. Okay. So when we get the quotation, the cost for the design alone 50 lakhs. Cost for the particular design alone 50 lakhs. I have given the boy only for food. Food, and whenever he comes in, I will give you 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, like that. But that day I decided, I told that fellow, you are the person, you must be in US or England. You have a very good potential. I have identified, assessed his capability. Then immediately I decided, you need not to go to college. You do AMIE. You become the member of associate member in the Institution of Engineers. And I made all the arrangements. And within 1 year, the AME course consists of 2 sessions. First session he has completed within 1 year. The next year he has completed AME equal to BA degree without entering a college. Okay, then after completion of that, AME, he has joined one institution. In 1999, he was paid about 20 rupees. He was next to the MD of the particular company. Now, the fellow is a vice president of Infosys Technologies Private Limited. There is no salary limit. He is going all around the world. His name is Anand J.K. Jain. You just put in Google to browse it, you will find Mr. Anand J.K. Jain. He has become vice president. He is owning a BMW car. He is owning a big bungalow. Okay. See, why I am telling is his knowledge. He has learned the knowledge in his field. He has selected his field. Yes, my field, my ambition, my life, everything is computer technology. He has decided and he has succeeded. Okay, like that, now itself you please decide what is your area, what is the domain you have to proceed. You decide what you want to be in the future. You want to be an engineer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be an anthropologist, okay, you want to be a finance advisor. There are lot of opportunities. It's very wide. If I list out it, I don't find time to all those things to list out. So students, while coming up, while studying, you decide. Say you want to be in the economics, you want to become a collector. Okay, all those things now it's up to decide. In your house, you write your name. Darshini IAS, Darshini IPS. You see daily that board. Daily whenever you enter to the house, you see that board. So your goal, your objective must be that, sir, I will become a collector, I will become an IPS officer, or I will be the internal finance advisor, or IFS, Indian Foreign Service. Like that, lot of opportunities there. So today, this is a time to decide what you want to be. Okay, I utilize this opportunity to request all the students decide today itself. And also I request the teachers to support. You find the potential of all the students. You give separate attention to all the students. Okay, we are about 850 students. What is the ratio of the student and teachers? I don't know. What is the ratio? Okay, good. So that is very important. And I will tell you, for example, in our family, we have about 3 children. One child will like red color, one child will like blue color, another child will like yellow color, one child will like idli, another child will like dosa or chapati like that. If you understand the dislike and dislike of the students as a father, as a leader of the family, then you can satisfy your children. Once you satisfy the children, they will follow what you say, they will come up. Like that only, all the students here are your son and daughters. Teachers should treat them as your son and daughters and assess each and every students of this institution. And when they drop out after this higher secondary, they must take up a very good course, the leading courses in India. Okay, then not only in India, sometimes even they can go to abroad also. Our Miller sir is here. He will guide very nicely. He has a vast experience, isn't it? Sir, I am asking you. He has a very vast experience how to guide students, so that how to guide students, how to come out, how to take up their future after dropping out of the school. So then you come and visit and talk with the students how to take up their future. For that, each and every student must be assessed. What is the potential they have? What is the capability and their family circumstances? You must prepare a questionnaire. Then you must prepare a questionnaire and spread out to all the students. Ask them to fill it up. What is their grievances that has to be studied, and also their handwriting, very important, and the reading capacity. Reading, for example, for today, the student is able to read a particular page in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then today, ask them to reduce it. So the reading capacity improves and grasping things very, very important. So when they go to higher studies, it is helpful. So in this particular day, this is 78th Independence Day of this of India, I have got a wonderful opportunity to our Arnachalam sir, and I met Vice Chairman sir and Miller sir and Madhav sir. And I had the opportunity to meet all the students and the staff of the school, and I congratulate all the staff of the school, and congratulate and my compliment goes to all the students, and I hope all the students will have a bright future when they go out of this school. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.